Other news today, the new mayors of the eThekwini Metro in Durban and the Umsunduzi municipality in Pietermaritzburg are expected to be announced within 7 days. This is according to the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, following the drastic decision to overhaul the entire leadership in those two municipalities. The party says it will redeploy those leaders. The ANC in KZN has been in discussions about the action it would take against government officials implicated in serious crimes. The embattled Ethekwini mayor, Zandile Gumede, faces fraud and corruption charges. She, of course, is one of the two affected by this decision. But in a surprise move last night, the party opted for a complete overhaul. It now says its decision to remove these leaders was based on the assessment of certain municipalities. The party cited poor performance and mismanagement as reasons for the move. Meanwhile, the ANC's alliance partner, the South African Communist Party in KwaZulu-Natal, says the sweeping changes in these councils are long overdue. It says the ANC must avoid past reckless mistakes of deploying wrong personnel in key positions. Well, let's speak now to the spokesperson for the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, Ricardo Mthembu. Ricardo, good evening to you. Thank you very much indeed for your time tonight. Why have you made this decision to have such sweeping changes to the leaderships of these two municipalities?
No, good evening to you and good evening to the viewers of the program. First of all, I think the Provincial Executive Committee, as it was reported to the public through the media, that we are going to be having a meeting which started on Sunday at 5, ended on Monday at 8 o'clock. One of the reasons is that the Provincial Executive Committee was, of course, receiving a report from the Provincial Working Committee regarding the performance of all municipalities. During the elections, when we are going to door and the campaign, people raised a number of issues about their unhappiness on service delivery and other issues. And of course, as the ANC, we had to assess and, of course, deploy some teams to different municipalities to assess and give the report to the organization. Because one, we must remind the society and the people of KwaZulu-Natal that our main responsibility is to ensure that we remain credible and we remain trusted by our people who have entrusted that with the responsibility to change their lives. And of course, we find different problems in different municipalities. And of course, concerns were raised with eThekwini, and when we are getting a report and we find that there are some weaknesses which require us to rearrange how we have arranged the leadership who is leading the municipality. The same thing with
Ricardo,
we find that...
Ricardo, I'm sorry, I'm going to just interject there if I may. I mean, let's just talk about Zandile Gumede, because that is the burning issue. Are you telling Zandile Gumede to resign?
No.
Please
I disagree with you. It's not a pen.
Let me finish the question, and you can.
It is important for the.
Let me finish the question, and you can decide how to answer it. Okay. You're telling Zandile Gumede to resign as the mayor of eThekwini. I understand that you're telling the mayor of Umsunduzi and the top management to resign as well. But are you telling her to resign because of the corruption charges she faces, or because of the way eThekwini's been managed under her leadership?
It's not about the cases. You remember that the cases in court are not complete. She has not been found guilty, and therefore it's not related to the cases against her, but it's related to the performance of the municipality. And that's why we didn't only ask her for redeployment, but the executive committee, deputy mayor, the speaker, and the chief whip, the very same thing in Umsunduzi. Because as an ANC, we want to appeal to the community. And of course, we must also clarify that these cadres, they have, as an organization, we still trust them that in other places they can perform. Because you may find that when you deploy people, I can be deployed as a speaker only to find that I'm not capable on that particular deployment or responsibility. But when I'm deployed as a mayor, you may find I'm performing. So it's a matter of the organization allowing itself to rearrange the arrangement that was done in 2016 because of our assessment indicating that there is a lack in terms of providing the leadership on challenges facing municipalities. I must also indicate to the society and the people of KwaZulu-Natal that we are not only ending on Ethekwini and Umsunduzi, we are still going to make interventions in different municipalities where we have found that there are some intervention required.
Okay, so from what you're saying, the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal, despite the criminal charges that Zandile Gumede faces, and despite the fact that the Hawks and the NPA have thought it proper to bring these charges, you still think she's a fit and proper person. She could be redeployed somewhere else tomorrow into a position of leadership somewhere. That's the view of the KwaZulu-Natal ANC?
Well, I think, yes, we stand there because, as we are saying, that we subscribe to innocent until proven guilty. So, therefore, we will wait for the court to find her innocent or guilty. But that does not stop because, as an organization, our agenda is not set by courts. Our agenda is set by ourselves with our understanding that the people have trusted us. And they are expecting us to intervene. They are expecting us to provide leadership in terms of service delivery, in terms of their expectations in what the municipality is supposed to do. So therefore, it's not the court that influences us to take a decision. It is the assessment which involves a number of municipalities. We are still going to hear our intervention in different municipalities, not only Ethekwini, not only Umsunduzi. And we are going to be informing the public about the engagement, as we are saying that when we are going door to door, it's not just an exercise, but it is a serious program where we interacting with communities and listen to their concerns, and they expect us as the ruling party or a governing party to respond to their issues as they trusted us with their vote in 2019 and 2016.
Okay, your analysis of the situation in these municipalities is quite devastating. You say the absence of leadership in those councils is a prescription for instability, could tarnish the image of the ANC. Umsunduzi has been under administration for some time. I mean, how did it get this bad? Why was the mayor of Umsunduzi not recalled earlier if it had been taken into administration?
You must remember that the administration
I'm sorry, Ricardo Mthembu, are you still with us?
Yeah, well, you will forgive me because sometimes I can't hear you properly. But I think, let me clarify that the Umsunduzi municipality, when it was put under administration, it was the ANC that requested that municipality to be put under administration. And of course, we are leading the society. The society responds in different ways in decision taken time to time. So we need to give ourselves time. Of course, it seems as a delay, but at the same time, we do not want to take decisions because we subscribe to the philosophy that says the leadership that cannot be able to convince its people, that leadership really is having a problem in terms of leading. So whenever we take decision, our people must understand that there is no vindictive, but it is an organization providing leadership as it expected to do so time and again when we are confronted with different challenges. So that's why we are calling upon the society, the members of the ANC, and the people of KwaZulu-Natal to understand that these rearrangements are not based on individual, but they are based on trying to ensure that the dignity and the credibility of the ANC in the society and the people of KwaZulu-Natal remain intact. So I think that's what we need to clarify, that our intervention, of course, we might take time, but when we intervene, we want to show that there is an impact on our intervention.
All right, we've seen supporters of Mayor Gumede having protests in the streets of Ethekwini in support of her. There have been suggestions that there could actually be some sort of court challenge to any decision that results in her being removed. Are you confident that your members, ANC members in Ethekwini and in KwaZulu-Natal, will accept the decisions that you've announced today?
First of all, I think I must appreciate, we as an African National Congress in KwaZulu-Natal, we must appreciate these comrades because when they were called to be told about the decision of the executive committee, they responded as cadres because they understand that time and again the ANC will review its deployment based on assessment, and this comrade, they cooperated with the ANC, and the meeting was fruitful. with an understanding. If those who are directly involved or directly affected understand the organization, how it operates, and its decision, I don't think there is anyone who can say, I love individuals more than the ANC. So any member of the ANC subscribe to the policies and principles of the organization. So therefore, currently, the only leadership that is there in KwaZulu-Natal is this Provincial Executive Committee, which took the decision to redeploy. So if you are coming, we don't have people who are called supporters of so and so, but we have members of the ANC who subscribe to the leadership, who subscribe to the policies. Anyone who confuse or misunderstand the decision, the leadership is there to explain. And we are going to be going to our structures, we are going to be going to stakeholders, ratepayers, and all organizations, NGOs, to explain to them, all interested parties, ANC, we are going to engage them and explain to them why we have arrived to these decisions, not speculations about this and that and that. We don't take decisions on the basis of vindictivism or marginalizing comrades. These are our comrades, but maybe they were given a responsibility, maybe that they were unable to overcome challenges on responsibilities that they were given by the organization. So therefore, we need to help, we need to work with them. They're still our members, and we still believe they are cadres of our organization.
Ricardo Mthembu, thank you very much indeed for your time tonight. Spokesperson for the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal.